Hi guys, welcome. Maphumulo.
I'm holding a candle. I'm holding the candle. It sucks. Winter's not here, so I'm alone in this one.
Okay, so we're sitting together as the rose among the thorns. Talk about the misconception in our communities.
Yeah. Misconceptions when it comes to dating, marriage, getting married early. And what else? Yeah, anything along those lines. So the first one is that you guys are getting married young because you want to start having kids, start having sex, all those type of things.
And that's my biggest one. You know, adding to that, getting married young, wanting to have kids. It seems as if a lot of our elders are advising us, don't have kids early. Don't have kids, enjoy your marriage. Why would you want to have kids? You know, your first 2 years is about bonding and getting to know each other. But what if you don't want to do that? What if you want to have a child, have a family, have it be at 3, and then enjoy life,
and then
get to know each other with the child? Because at the end of the day, like, I don't want to be 40 years old and still changing nappies.
Exactly, and then going to these meetings at school and you're 60.
PTA, sitting there. Just because your aunt or someone who thinks they have opinion valid enough to dictate your life, that's fine. Like, you must accept it.
And because they did it that way.
No. And the thing is, they want to fix their mistakes through you.
Yeah. And it's like that because community things that what they've done in the past applies now. It's new generation. We transform. We do things our way.
Exactly.
And there's no formula in terms of living life. We might say we live it the right way. It might be the wrong way. It might say that we must live it like the way they lived it. It might be wrong. So it's all about if you enjoy life.
Do what makes you happy. And at the end of the day, it's just the two of you.
Exactly, and that's
everyone's gonna leave. Everyone's gonna leave, and literally, it's just gonna be the two of you.
Like, and what if you want a little noise while you? Yes, you wanna have kids. Yes, you wanna have kids. And some of us, sometimes as a person, you decide, I'm not gonna have children out of wedlock. I don't want to do that. I want to be stable, have kids, and da. Like, it's okay, and people must just allow us to be, whether we are in marriage. And that's the thing. Everyone else seems to know why you're getting married, except the two of you.
Yes. It's just like when you first told your family that you were getting married,
or
the preps were starting.
I can look.
First question.
I can look.
Are you pregnant?
Are you pregnant? Hey. Don't know how many people ask that question. Even to the point that when I got back home, you could see that they were waiting. That maybe I was lying. I didn't want to tell her. But when I got there, it was like, okay, she actually really is pregnant. That's why I got addressed that.
Yeah. Well, some of us we have naturally. But really, it is, and it almost seems as if you are not fortunate enough to find someone that loves you enough to actually want to marry you while you're still young. And people don't understand that. I feel for me personally that with marriage, it protects from a lot of things. Because once you're married, there's a lot of other things that you are not exposed to because you are so in with this person. When you want to go shopping, you go with this person. When you want to go out, you go out with this person. They're always there. Like, my friends know I don't go anywhere without my man. So, so, and they don't understand that concept that, actually, these people could actually be in love. It makes sense to them. And I remember growing up, I once asked my mom, like, how did she know that my dad was the one? Because I couldn't understand how. How do you know, like, what is there something that you must look out for? Like, is there that list? Mother also make that list. And mom just said, checklist. Checklist. That.
Yeah, Dak. Tall, Nance.
From Limpopo. Working. Check. Oh, loves his mom.
Perfect.
Oof. Two sisters. Yeah.
That's been the problem.
But okay, check. Like, and my mom just said no. When you know, you know. And I feel like that's my experience because I'll never. Don't ask me how I knew.
I was about to ask, how did you?
I don't know. I still don't know.
Was there a point where you're like, okay, this is actually legit. We're actually doing this for the long run.
Yeah. You remember that day I told you? Oh, so this one day I woke up, but he was sleeping. And I was like, yo, do I see myself waking up next to this guy all my life? Like, but not in a bad way. Like, not in a bad way. I was thinking, like, can I really do this? Like, is this gonna really be my life? Like, do I see myself? And I even told you. And I said to myself, you know what, I actually can. I think for me, personally, that was when I said, okay, you know what, I'm gonna. Even a lot of things I've neglected, like, because I want to, this is where I want to be, with the person I want to be with, and I want to make it work with this person, and there's no way, there's no two way about it. I'm not unsure. Okay, he wants to marry me, that's it, let us get married. Let's do this, because I know it's the one, in fact.
I think for me, it has always been easier when you're coming from a family where they also believe that, you know, the moment you get married, you get focused. And as a guy, you know, it's easier for a guy to lose focus. You know, it's easier to get excited by a lot of things out there. You know, like, you know, go outside, you know, partying and stuff, and you do a lot of things, and you don't have direction. But when
accompany people to toilets that yours toilet,
you know,
that you don't even know their names.
You know, so when you meet that person, you know, the way they think, you know, their personality, you know, you can, you know, hold a conversation, you can converse with.
Anna, guys, Anna, just because I like, please,
so,
please do not do this. Move away from him. You'll let him off.
So it's one of those things that you can, even the way she thinks, you know, you can see that, you know, she's thinking towards the future. She's building, not really, not like other, you know, girls out there, you know, it's not about building, it's about them. It's always about them. But here you get in a relationship where it's always about the two of you.
And you're gonna have smart kids here, eh?
You know,
like really stinking smart kids.
You know?
Maybe you
You know?
don't.
No, I don't doubt
How can you dance it though? Njani?
I don't even want to answer that.
With me, I think 1 month in, when you started dating, after the year period, 1 month in.
After you got to my loose.
All the
I
requirements.
don't want to mess up my matric. I don't want to mess up my matric. Even now, masters you applied, they still want your matric. It's very important for us. After that, it was up to him. What is he coming back during his matric and came down? So 1 month in, it was my birthday. So he today. So he came through and he had this promise ring, which I lost. No, I only lost it just before I got this one.
Okay,
So,
at least no,
yeah.
it was out with the old,
in with the new one.
Understandable.
So when he gave me the promise ring, it was more like he was saying vows or something. And besides what he said, it's the way he said it. He was so nervous that you could actually really tell that this person's being genuine with you. Because if they were lying, they'd have this natural,
Charming,
you know, let me charm
yeah.
you, Jay. And it's never, with that, it was genuine. And then when you move over to, you know how when you're young and you're dating someone, the first question is, when are you coming over to sleep over? When are we going out? And you automatically know,
There's
this is
nothing
yeah.
to it.
No
Yeah.
substance.
Yeah.
It was never like that. It was never ever like that. I think we only started talking about sleepovers and stuff like that a year in.
Sure.
Yeah. No, like probably 6 months, yeah.
Because
And I wasn't even there because he was in Durban and I was in Cape Town. So he dispensed and was doing.
Well, so what he was doing in case of that.
What was he doing?
So you can find a tip yes.
Misconception. What have you come across when it comes to dating and marriage?
Too young, too soon.
Yes.
It's going to end.
Yeah, but divorce.
Yes.
Divorce by fault,
and I really don't know what to say. I'm like, me, I'm a very spiritual person. And there's something that God does in your life when He's going to bless you. There's that validation that He gives you that, what, yes, it may seem like too young, too soon, but there's actually a reason why you need to go through at this age that you're going through it. And people don't understand is that there is so much of an attack. So this is another thing that I think we should actually touch base on is the attack on young couples getting married young. The reason why there's so much attack, I was telling you the other day, is because when you're married, there's, like I said to you, there's a covenant that you create with that person with God at the center, at the base and at the forefront. Understand? And that's why there's so much attack to it, because the devil doesn't want that. Because where there is marriage, there is love, and where there is love, there is God, and he attacks that. And that is why you get so many people having such negative comments and all of that thing. And for me, it's actually annoying. Really, I don't. And so what? Even if, God forbid, we get married, baby, and 9 years down the line it does not work, at least we would have tried. But personally, I'm not going anywhere. Yes, there are those things where you're like, like I'm sure you also have those things where you just like, if he hits me, if he
obviously,
if he,
the main one let's tell him that
outside.
I'm gone.
Because you know what, that is the
stay with your child. Because if that child happened while I was here, what were you doing?
What were you doing?
I stay with your child, shame.
But tell me, what is your thing on the cheating? That all men cheat?
I believe they don't. It's a stereotype. Obviously a large majority. A very large majority, they do. But I believe you know your person. You would know. And it's just like, people think cheating is when you sleep with someone. It doesn't even start there.
Exactly.
And it doesn't end there.
Exactly.
The moment you start doing things that you wouldn't want me to see,
exactly,
that's cheating. So if you're gonna text someone and you're gonna respond to messages, and when I come in you hide your phone and you delete those messages, that's cheating.
That's cheating.
Just how you can cheat on your partner, not with another not with like another person that you would start dating, but also with your family. If you start deleting messages that come from your family, and more so when you're speaking about your partner in their absence, and you hide those things, that's cheating on your partner.
Sure. What do you say as a man?
Oh,
the only man here.
As the rose among the thorns.
Yes,
But I don't think all men cheat. There's a certain point where you get to a point where you decide that I'm settling down, and most people must understand that cheating it's a mission. Cheating it's like another work. It's like you've got
full-time job.
Full-time job. As you said, deleting message. It's not something that's so easy. Like you'll always be doing something. You'll always want to be hiding stuff and that. It's a lot of effort. Whereas you can spend that effort, building what you have with the person. I think it's quite critical. I don't think all men cheat. I just think that people that do, they just justify it that way.
Do you cheat?
I don't.
Wow. But also, if you're gonna come in expecting that with that mentality that all men cheat, or certain type of girls or women they cheat, then you're gonna start looking for those things.
Yeah.
With us, my phone is always It lies wherever it lies. If it rings, answer it. Why aren't you answering my phone? And with the ones that he doesn't answer my phone, not because I told him not to, he just doesn't like answering my phone. Even when he can see the name, he will tell you, or he will walk up to you and tell you to call that person back. Yeah. But you also need an element of trust. It has to be there. You need to trust the person. My card, I don't even know where it is right now. It's always here. But whenever I see a transaction come out, I will ask you, but not because I want to know what's happening, but it's not safe. Yeah. Just in case my card got stolen, so that I can block it now. Yeah. But if you tell me that no, if I call you and I'll ask you and you're like, yeah, or if I know you have my card, then I'm not gonna ask you. I'm not gonna ask what did you buy, where did you buy it, why did you buy it, why did you buy it, why does it say you are at Mr. Price Home in Gateway when you told me you're at the other Mr. Price Home? What if they couldn't find that thing there? And I mean, I'm very particular. If I ask you to come back with this plant, you're not gonna come back with a different plant. It's gonna be this plant. So you can go around and look for this plant until you're gonna find this plant. I'm that person. So even if I do see that you're in a different location, it's fine.
I think trust is important. Because of if we don't trust one another, we might as well not be together.
And you're opening up space for other people to
come in. To come in. Because if you don't trust someone else, if you go out there and you get tempted, if you know that your person doesn't trust you, you must say, I must just do it because that person in their head they're thinking that you're doing it. Why are you not doing it already?
So I trust you. Be honest.
Yeah.
With a straight face.
Even though I question.
Question just shows that you care, not really that you don't trust me. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. But
question, do you trust him?
I don't. Okay. I wouldn't be marrying you. Really? Just now he's gonna kill me in my sleep.
Why would you marry someone you don't trust even?
I do trust you.
And now also people also say getting married young, you tend to drift away from God. I don't understand how.
Yeah.
I don't understand because people assume that now you want to do things of the world because we say we want to get married young so that we can enjoy life together. So they automatically assume that now we're going to start going to parties and stuff like that. If you're not that person, you're not that person. If you are that person, you are that person. There's no drifting that happens.
But if I want to go to a party, I'm going to go to a party. With my man, because I'm not a child anymore. The mom.
And I think our one started a church. Our first date started a church.
Do me soak.
Even
It is wearing his jersey.
You know why it's for that other thing that you're gonna cut out.
Oh yeah.
Because I couldn't even the vacuum was cut out.
So, guys, look at what I'm going through.
Okay, I'm done.
Are you fine now?
Yeah. But I think
maybe a bit of time and I'm done.
Yeah. And then me
I'll check.
Thumbnail it.
Just kidding, yes, baby, you're saying?
Yeah, no, I was saying church, like church or belief or religion, that's important. Because that's a foundation. That's where you're building from. And if you drift away from that, what will be your foundation? And most people are, sarcastic and stuff. And I like saying, going to church also, because some people will tell you the Bible was written by a person and that. I said, when you go to church, you draw, because church or religion gives you that thing that everything is impossible, and if you put your mind to it, and normally they'll say you'll face all the challenges, but through God you'll conquer all. So if you've got that belief that everything that stands in your way, you'll conquer it all. You move away from depressions, from stress, from that, because of that.
Oh,
Yeah, I think that's my take about it. You don't really drift away. It's a foundation for you. It's just
a very needed foundation.
Yeah.
And I just want to ask for you: are you guys from the same church? Or...
When's the last went to church when he was 9?
And you?
I still go to church, I do.
And then you leave?
But I don't have a specific church.
So when you go to church, you leave him behind?
I told you this guy doesn't wake up.
So how do you actually, then how do you deal with that?
I don't want to force matters. That's when things go south.
Exactly.
I believe he will go to church when he wants to go to church. And I know that it's not because he doesn't believe, but it's because of his personal choice. So when it comes to, if he wants to pray, he does pray. He actually does pray. So he does do certain things, it's just that he doesn't go to an institution because he believes that you don't need to go to church to find God. God is everywhere.
Exactly, that's true. And that's actually very true, because also as we grow older and we, in this new chapter that we're going to, we also develop different philosophies that we personally live by, and sometimes it can, to our families and to people around us, can seem as if it's actually not appropriate. But people also need to understand that they need to start realizing that life is evolving and life is changing. Yes, the Bible may say this and this and that and that, but there are certain things that you're going to abstract from the Bible. You're going to modify it to fit yourself, because at the end of the day, God says, come as you are. You understand what you're saying? So sometimes when you read the Bible, you'll realize maybe those things actually don't correlate. But as you grow in faith, as you grow in understanding yourself, you start realizing that, you know what, even though I'm not a church goer, it does not mean it will block me from having a relationship with God. Because at the end of the day, God is a spirit. He dwells within us. He dwells around us. So why? And you know what they say, that the body is a temple. So if God is already within me, why? Do you understand? And with everything that is happening around churches lately, also need to take that also into consideration.
It's very hard.
It's very hard to find a church.
Okay, I'm committing to this.
That you're committing to, because even just the slightest thing just triggers you, and you start questioning yourself. You understand? So I actually admire you for actually being with someone and actually being vocal about the fact that, yes, my husband, he does not go to church, but does not mean that he does not have a philosophy of belief, because we all believe in something. It's just that there's always that differently.
Even with the whole tithing thing, he's not gonna, since he doesn't go to church, obviously he doesn't take out his tithe for church, but he does do other things. Because you don't only need to take out your tithe at church. If you go to an orphanage, for example, that's tithing.
That's tithing. Even the Bible says that you must clothe the one without clothes, you must feed the hungry, and you must give the ones that are thirsty water. And that is what pleases the Lord. The Bible even says that. And that is also, I feel like that's also our philosophy, because we belong to Hillsong. And every year in our church there's this, what is it, heart for the house giving that they do, so where you give above and beyond your tithing. So what we do in our family, we decided that in that giving we give like a set amount. Doesn't have to, it's not and it's not even close to 10% of our salary, but we just say that this, in our budget, this is how much we believe that we are willing to sacrifice. And you understand? So even with that, I feel like the thing that you do for other people, God recognizes that.
It's the most important thing.
The most important, because what's the use of you going to church every Sunday?
Because now you have people who go to church just to look pretty, take pictures, but it annoys the life out of
They want to fall into our men's arms. That time my husband must pick you up.
Then last thing, finances. How do you balance finances?
Woo!
A tricky one. How do you maintain finances? How do you balance finances? Is there one person who is in charge of finances for the household? How does it work in your household?